You ever have one of those mornings where the whole world just seems to be spinning a little faster than you can keep up? That's how my story with Rowan started, a story that if you told me a year ago I'd be living, I would have laughed you right out of the lobby of Everson Enterprises. But I guess that's the thing about life, right? You never see the biggest turns coming, not until you're right in the middle of them, standing there in your scuffed up shoes, cardigan slipping off your shoulder, handing a blueberry muffin to a security guard who's probably the only person in the building more underpaid than you. That was me, Amara Hayes receptionist, 3 years running, queen of the front desk, unofficial provider of baked goods and kind words early every day and late most nights, and if I'm being honest, feeling invisible a lot of the time. Except somehow I wasn't. People noticed in their own quiet ways. Ben, the guard at the front, who always told me I brought sunshine with me. Tiffany from marketing, who'd rush by with coffee trays and a storm of gossip. Even Patricia from accounting with her endless complaints about printers and coffee machines. But the one person I never noticed, at least not at first, was the new janitor, Rob. You know how sometimes you see someone and your brain just slides right off them? That's how it was with Rob at first. He wore those nondescript gray coveralls, kept his head down, his voice quiet. But there was something in his eyes thoughtful, searching a little sad, maybe. The day we met, I was mopping up a river of coffee in the hallway, paper towels everywhere, knees soaked, patience shot, and there he was, mop in hand, awkward as anything, just sort of watching me make a bigger mess. "Are you new?" I blurted out, and he looked like a deer in headlights. "Started yesterday," he mumbled, and I stuck out my hand before remembering it was covered in coffee. He took it anyway. I remember thinking, well, he's brave or just really needs this job. We cleaned up together, me chattering, him nodding, and something about his awkward gratitude made me want to see him again. The truth is that first day should have tipped me off. But I was too wrapped up in the chaos board meetings, a broken copier, Tiffany, whispering that the mysterious CEO, Rowan Kessler, was finally back after a year-long sabbatical. The man was a legend in the building, no photos, no social media, just rumors and a ghostly presence on the top floor. The office was buzzing, people running around like the president himself was about to walk through the door. Except, of course, he never did. The bigwigs have their own entrances. Lunch rolled around and I ran into Rob again in the break room fixing a cabinet door. I offered him half a cookie bakery bought, but it's the thought that counts, and he took it like I was handing him a golden ticket. We ate in silence, and it was comfortable weirdly. I'm not used to comfortable silences. Usually people just want to talk at you or past you, not sit beside you and just exist. "Do you always help clean up coffee spills and share your food with the maintenance staff?" he asked. And I just shrugged. "Why not?" I said. "4 hands are better than 2. Besides, you look hungry." He got this look like he wanted to say more but wasn't sure how. That's a theme with Rob, by the way. As the days went by, our encounters became the highlights of my work week. Little things, you know. A donut on my desk, chocolate frosted, my favorite. Him fixing the jammed copier when no one else could. Me standing up for the shy new intern when Daniel from sales started in on him. Rob always noticed those things. He saw me. I mean, really saw me, not just as the receptionist, but as a person. What I didn't know, what nobody knew, was that Rob was watching the whole company with a closer eye than anyone. And not just because he was thorough. See, while I was worrying about getting my quarterly reports printed, the board upstairs was plotting some efficiency measures, which is corporate for layoffs. Turns out the CEO, Rowan Kessler, had come back not just to reclaim his chair, but to really see what had happened while he was gone. Only he did it undercover, mop and all. I wish I could say I figured it out on my own, that I pieced together the shy glances and the way he remembered my favorite coffee order, but honestly, the truth hit me like a ton of bricks when a formal dinner invitation landed on my desk. White envelope, stern-faced assistant, the whole 9 yards. "Mr. Kessler requests your presence for dinner," she said, as if I were being summoned to the royal court. I thought it was a mistake. I mean, why would the CEO want dinner with me? Did I forget to sign someone in? Was I in trouble? I spent the whole next day sick with nerves. That night when I walked into that restaurant and saw Rob, except not Rob, but Rowan in a tailored suit, every inch the billionaire genius, I swear I lost a year off my life. The look in his eyes, half terrified, half hopeful, told me everything. I was floored, angry, embarrassed, curious, every emotion at once. He tried to explain about how he'd lost his way, how the company had become a machine instead of a family, how he wanted to fix it but needed to see it from the ground up, and how meeting me someone who treated everyone the same reminded him what he'd been missing. I'd love to say I forgave him right away, but that would be a lie. I needed time, space, and about 3 lattes to wrap my head around it. Plus, just when things started to make sense, the office politics exploded, restructuring, layoffs, the CFO Victor making a move to oust Rowan and paint me as his pet project. They tried to fire me right in front of everyone. I quit before they could. Walked out dignity in tatters, convinced I was a fool, forever thinking I mattered to a man like Rowan Kessler. But life's got a funny way of circling back on itself. Tiffany from marketing turns out she'd been documenting Victor's shady dealings for weeks. Bianca Winters, Rowan's ex, yes, that Bianca, the one from all the magazine covers, showed up out of the blue, not to win him back, but to hand over the evidence that took Victor down for good. Board coup, double-cross corporate drama, it all blew up in the lobby while I was sitting at a cafe down the street wondering how my life had turned into a soap opera. Rowan didn't just save my job, he asked me to help him save the whole company to step up as Director of Employee Relations. You see, people, he told me, the way they want to be seen. The money was great, sure, but it was the chance to matter that got me. I took the job, but on my terms. Not to be rescued, not because of our chemistry, but because I could actually do some good. The best part, he didn't just want me in his office, he wanted me in his life. And yeah, it wasn't all roses. The press called me everything from a gold digger to a pet project. But over time, people saw the changes, better break rooms, real recognition, Rowan walking the halls, not hiding in his office. We built something together. Not just a company, but a life. 6 months later, he proposed in the break room, the very place our whole mess started, surrounded by flowers and a ring that wasn't too big or flashy, just perfect. You saw me, he said. The real me. Will you keep seeing me forever? I said yes before my brain caught up with my heart. Our wedding was a mix of suits and janitors, CEOs, and old ladies' donuts and designer heels. Even Bianca showed up, now happily married to someone else. Ben, my old friend from security, got promoted. Tiffany ran marketing. The company flourished, profits up, but more importantly, people happy. A year later, I ran the community center Rowan bought for our neighborhood, while he made Everson a place where every single employee had a stake, literally. And one sunny afternoon, as I told him we were going to need a nursery for our baby on the way, he laughed, kissed me, and said, I always knew you'd change my world. And I guess in the end, that's what it's all about, being seen for who you are, loving someone for who they are, and building a life not out of grand gestures, but out of 1,000 small acts of kindness. So what do you think? Would you trust the man with the mop or the woman who saw him anyway? Let me know below. Does justice mean honesty? Or is it about giving people a second chance? Let's talk.
Mas vamos supor, você falou negócio sério. It is cold, yeah. Next one? All right. Thank you, man.